There's the wife's Jeep. She loves her Jeep. I like that Jeep too. Problem is, and all you Jeep owners know this, when you take your doors off your Jeep, you have this problem here. Nobody likes the doors sitting on the floor. I don't know if there's an aftermarket product to take care of that. I've never looked. But today, we're gonna build something, put the doors on, so the doors aren't sitting on the floor anymore. Stay with us, guys. So, you might have noticed in previous videos, just about everything on in my shop is on wheels. Why do I do that? Because I don't have a big enough shop. And I still park my truck in here. Gotta have a way to get in and out. Sharpie, where's the Sharpie? Sharpie's in my pocket. All right, so we're gonna cut this at 2 inches. Believe that'll give it plenty. Hey, look who come and join us. Where you going? Where you going? There you are. You wanna go inside? All right, come on, fat cat. Let's go. No? You gonna sit there and stare at me? All right. So back to this. Let me set you guys back down here. Close enough. So like I said, we're gonna cut this at 2 inches. We're gonna cut 4 of them. I'm gonna mark them and cut them as I go. I don't know what we're gonna use to cut them with. Probably use this. The old Milwaukee Porta Band. It's quite a good little saw. Here we go. So here we are. Cut one, mark the next one, cut it, mark the next. So if I was smart, I probably would have drug that table a little bit closer instead of having to bend over and pick up the saw every time I cut one. I just set it on the table or turn around and set it on the bench behind me. But, you know, when you're doing it at the time, you're not usually thinking about stuff like that. Until about the 8th time you got to bend over and pick the saw up after you cut it. And see me bend over and looking right at it, I can't see. I can see, but when I get up close like that, I really need a set of bifocals or some reading glasses or something to get up on top of it because I can't see squat. Again, try to put my material, away when I'm done with it. Here's the fun stuff. Special shout out and thanks to my boy Craig. He does all the fun machinist stuff for me usually. I know how to run a lathe and a mill and everything, but it's just easier for recording purposes here if he whips this out for me. A Deppenbush machine, or Deppenbush Racing is what I call it, because, everybody that's got a part on a car, he's built something for it, or machined a part, or, something. He's really, really good at taking the stuff out of my head and making it real. We can talk our way through it and have a couple ideas and some rough measurements, and then the next thing you know, you got a finished part built. So I'm going to weld those little round pieces I cut out to the piece of angle iron here. That one pulled pretty good when I tacked it, so I'm going to squeeze her down with the old clamp. Kapow! Stick it to it. A lot of people, when they're filming welding, like to put a welding lens in front of their camera and weld through that and get right up on it and show you the puddle. It's an interesting view. If you've never welded before and don't know what it looks like from the welding hood, it's a pretty good shot. I'm just eyeballing these right here, putting them on. A couple tacks here. Ka-tow, 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 ka-tow. This is one of the only things on this thing I actually measured besides when I cut the pieces out, is the distance between the top of the top holder to the top of the bottom holder there. And actually, I can't remember what it is right now off the top of my head. When I did it, I had to go back and forth between the garage 2 or 3 times to, get the measurement, because I didn't write it down. And I guess I don't have a good enough memory to remember it from point A to point B. Here's another one of those times where it would have been good to have a little welding lens right on the camera and get right up close on it and see the welds. Not running very hot here. It's a Millermatic 250 welder, running 035 wire, 75/25 gas. Just average everyday welding setup. You're all burnt in. Look at that terrible weld right there. My lead got hung up on the table there, and as I was welding, it kind of pulled me down a little bit, and got a little crooked. But we get all the rest of these burnt in good. Wow, just about done. 4 more welds to go. And this thing is ready to grind and sand and clean and paint and be done. Okay, so there this thing is. I did some grinding on it and we smoothed it up a little bit. I'm going to throw some paint on this thing. It's dark. I'm going to go get some dinner. And we'll let the primer dry overnight, and we'll see y'all in the morning. One thing I forgot, fellas, I am going to stick something on here. I'll bring it out here, and I'll bend this piece of flat iron at 90 degrees here at the end, and that'll give me something to anchor it to the wall. Might be hard to picture right now in your heads, but you'll see it in about, 3-4 seconds. All right, peoples, there you are. I will get it painted up. I have to poke a hole right about there. Just enough to screw it into the wall to a stud to kind of hold it steady front and back, side to side. But there it is. I'm going to get a coat of primer on that. Then I will go get some dinner. And we'll be back in the morning. So, with a fresh coat of primer. Talk to you in like a couple of hours. Well, for you it'll be like instant, because it's gonna go. All right, there we go. Next day, spent most of the day running around with family, hanging out. So we're gonna put some black paint on this because I pretty much paint everything black. Yeah. So there you go. We'll get back to you probably. Show it to you after it's painted black. Let it dry overnight, and then we'll put it in place in the morning. So, you missed some stuff. Got her painted black. Got her mounted on the wall. We do not have it hammer drilled, anchored to the floor yet. I'll get that done, taken care of. But you get the point. So basically, those little hangers there, those holes, meet the door pins of the Jeep perfectly. And it gives me a place to put my doors. They're not on the floor. If you like what you see here today, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, tell your friends. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. I appreciate you guys. Thanks.